Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up this afternoon, IMF raises alarm over government's 2024 spending, citing impact on current fund program and the 2025 budget. Also coming up this afternoon, President John Mahama nominates Head of Financial Markets at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Zachary Mumuni, as first Deputy Governor. Plus, government rejects almost 11 billion cedis of bids from investors in Treasury bills auction as interest rates plummet to 24%. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Details coming up. And thanks for staying with us, everyone. First up, the International Monetary Fund is now raising serious concerns about the government's spending last year, highlighting it as a key issue during their recent visit to Ghana. The IMF's concerns could have significant implications for Ghana's fund program and even this year's budget. George Affe has more on how this development could impact the country's financial plans.
Based on Ghana's program with the IMF and even the 2024 budget, the country should have ended that year with a surplus when it comes to its primary balance. However, what we are picking up shows that we ended 2024 with far higher budget deficit than estimated. It is not clear for now whether it could be captured under election-related spending, but this has serious implications for Ghana's program with the IMF. Now, this is because some aggressive measures are needed to be taken now to save the IMF program and ensure that Ghana can go to the board in June this year for the next IMF cash. It could also mean that the 2025 budget may have to come up with some austere measures to make up for this overrun to bring the program back on track. This may have some serious implications on the proposed tax cuts like the e-levy and the fact that government may have to embark on some serious expenditure cuts in the 2025 budget.
Well, speak of the 2025 budget, the Association of Ghana Industries is urging government to reconsider certain taxes that impact beverage companies. Now, Chief Executive Sechuma Kwawa describes some of these taxes discriminatory and a potential hindrance to the growth of the beverage sector. Speaking at a press conference on the 24-hour economy following the National Council retreat, Akwawa shared his thoughts on the potential negative impact on industry.
Talked about the multiplicity of taxes. We thought the whole tax system, as I mentioned earlier, has to be looked at. Apart from the VAT one, the number of taxes, the plethora of it that we pay, even on imported raw materials, is huge. We're talking over 57%. So we thought government should also look at this, and it's part of our proposals. The COVID levy I mentioned, it has outlived its usefulness, and it must go. We also have taxes. There's some intentions of government on imposing some taxes on the beverage companies. And we think that that has to be looked at in a very pragmatic way. Because if the intention is to protect our health by imposing taxes on sugar, they call the sugar tax on beverages, then it must be extended to all other products that have sugar. Otherwise, it becomes discriminatory. So we thought that that intention must be looked at It doesn't have to happen because we know that intention is coming up, and we pick information from various sources and we engage on that. So we wouldn't like to see a new tax imposed on the beverage companies simply because we want to reduce sugar intake. In practice, it doesn't. And therefore, it's one of the proposals we've made as well.
Now, President John Mahama has nominated the current head of financial markets at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Zachary Mumuni, as first governor of the central bank. Joy Business understands that the decision was taken last Friday. There's more in this report.
Joy Business understands that Dr. Mumuni's nomination could be approved by the Council of State in the coming days, together with that of the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama. Dr. Zachary Mumuni's nomination has become necessary now as the second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Odawaji, is expected to take her early retirement from the Bank of Ghana this Friday. This because the Governor of the Bank of Ghana needs someone to assist him when Madam Awaji leaves this Friday. Dr. Zachary Mumuni was the one Joy Business was talking about when we reported earlier this month that President John Mahama has settled on someone from the Bank of Ghana that he would nominate as the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana to replace Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare. Dr. Mumuni has over 20 years of experience in central banking and public sector management. He holds a PhD from the School of Economics, University of Nottingham, and Master of Philosophy from the University of Ghana, Legon, and a BA Hunt in Economics from the same university.
Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has assured that the regulator is committed to reviewing the cash reserve ratio for banks. This comes after fresh complaints from commercial banks highlighting the negative impact of the current monetary requirement on the operations. Here's more in this report.
The Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, disclosed this at a meeting with the Governing Council of the Ghana Association of Banks. The Governor of the Bank of Ghana, however, maintained that the move to review cash reserve ratio will be gradual. The Bank of Ghana in March 2023 announced the reversal of the cash reserve ratio on local currency deposit for banks, raising it from 12% to 14%. The move was part of measures aimed at addressing the mopping up of excess liquidity on the market. But the commercial banks believed that the time has come for this to be reviewed. The commercial banks at the meeting believed that it will go a long way to improve their liquidity. The Governing Council of the Ghana Association of Banks also pushed for an end to mandatory sale of foreign exchange proceeds from mining and oil companies to the Bank of Ghana. But the Governor of the Bank of Ghana on this issue noted that there is still the need for further engagement on this request.
The marketplace. Time now for your financial markets update. So government rejected almost 11 billion cedis of bids from investors in last Friday's Treasury bills auction. Interest rates plummeted to 24%. Now, head of trading at Republic Securities, Patrick Edemagama, joins me on Zoom for an update. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk to us about how trading went last Friday as government continues to reject significant amounts of bids.
Well, Daryl, good afternoon. On the money market last week, we noticed that a huge amount of money was tendered in. We saw 20.5 billion being the total amount tendered in, but the government only accepted 9.6 billion against a target of 7.7 billion Ghana cedis. Again, the trend is continuing. We are seeing the rates dropping. The 91 day dropped more than 200 basis points. The 182 day also cleared more than 170 basis points, and then we saw the 364 day closing as to 27.3%. The surprising thing about this auction is that if you look at the bid range again, the 91 day we have people bidding as low as 23% in order to be successful. So that should tell you how the demand is, and people are willing to go as low as possible just to be successful at these auctions. In the secondary market too, we are seeing a lot of money in the market, but there are no bills to be bought because people who are holding it are not actually trading it. They want to hold till maturity.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke a lot last week about what's happening on the market and what the implications are. But for the benefit of our audience, what do you think government strategy is here?
Well, it's pretty clear that they really want to drive interest rate down. And then, there have been a lot of calls from different sectors complaining about how high interest rate is. And for government to be able to show that they are really listening, they need to drive interest rate down, which will help the economy and also reduce stress or the pressure from them. And so far, it's clear. There's also an information that they want to issue a 2-year note. So with a 2-year note coming in, we expect interest rate for the low tenors to be really low, so that the 2-year note can be in the range of maybe 25 to 30 level.
Yeah, and like you indicated, the interest rates are going down, plummeted to 24%. What are the implications for cost of borrowing for government?
Well, it's expected to drop drastically. The only issue is that we expect other indicators to also follow. Because if these interest rates are dropping and the cost of borrowing for government is reducing, and other indicators like the inflation is not reducing, we don't expect this strategy to hold for long. It's just a matter of time for the strategies to revert back. So we expect all other indicators to follow the same trend to make this meaningful.
Yeah, well, let's turn to the stock market. We've got our eyes on the shares of Car Bank and MTN. They're expected to dominate trading this week. How was trading last week? And what are you also looking at?
Well, last week we saw a number of movers. ETI led the gainers, gaining by 31.36%. We saw Access Bank, SIC, Cal, MTN, Total, GCB, New Gold, Gold, and GGB also following, also gaining. We saw no losers. The markets, the composite index closed at 13.83%, and the financial stock index closed at 13.95% year to date. So showing this improvements in these share prices, we expect this trend to continue. Again, yeah, you mentioned Cal and MTN, but let me also add Total. It's expected to see some price rises based on the demand on the market.
Yeah, and what else are we looking at on the market in the lead up to the 2025 budget presentation?
Well, we are trying to see how every sector will be catered for in the budget, because that also fits into pricing of these stocks and all that. So we are just looking at how government policies will favor even the telcos, that's MTN leading in that sector, and how that will affect the pricing of the stocks on the market.
Patrick Edemagama, Head of Trading at Republic Securities. I appreciate your insights. Very helpful. Thank you so much. You're watching The Marketplace. We're taking a short break. We have some more news coming up. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to The Marketplace. Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, says the spate of devastation of forest reserves by illegal miners is comparable to 7,500 football pitches. According to him, over 44 forest reserves, which amount to 30 hectares, have been destroyed. During a tour of the Offin shelter belt at Enuafutu in the Ashanti region, he said steps are being taken to secure the greenfield. Here's more.
The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, together with the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, and the Regional Security Council toured the Offin shelter belt at Enuafutu in the Atramamponua district. Addressing the media at the site, Emmanuel Amakofibua described the devastation of the forest reserves by the illegal miners as comparable to 7,500 football pitches.
Been reliably informed that roughly 30 hectares is gone. If you add it to the devastation in the other 44 forest reserves, we are talking about 7,500 football fields that has been destroyed. So when you see this devastation at the heart of the Offin River, which takes its source from here, what few of our own people are doing to us is that they have come to basically kill us where it matters most.
The minister said the journey of reclaiming destroyed lands has already started. According to him, some persons arrested for destroying the forest will face the law.
Here was very successfully executed. We've driven out, arrested the thugs who have determined to kill all of Ghana. We have seized over 15 excavators. Those you see here are damaged and cannot be moved. We are taking steps to make sure we secure that. Just this past weekend as well, working with the police, we took over another group of thugs on the Ankobra River. We've arrested 7 Chinese and 8 of their Ghanaian accomplices.
Mr. Kofibua has called for public support in the fight against Galamsey.
People who are taking over this forest reserve were armed to the teeth. We just saw in the Amenfi area how Galamseyers, even in the face of police presence, attacked CTFM reporters. This must underscore how deadly this fight is. And that's why we began by calling on the people of Ghana to join us in this fight.
For Joy News, my name is Clinton Yabo.
Now, Deputy Provost and Associate Professor at Lancaster University, Ghana, has highlighted the significant growth of the Business Cup Challenge, a platform for secondary school students to showcase their creativity and entrepreneurial skills since its launch in 2015, emphasizing the competition's focus on the Internet of Things. Cynthia Forson shared with Joy Business that while the increasing participation presents logistical challenges, it also underscores the growing impact and popularity of the event. Rosela Calistego has more in this report.
The Business Cup Challenge is a platform that Lancaster University, Ghana uses to showcase the creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship of secondary school students in Ghana. Speaking with Joy Business, Deputy Provost Associate Professor Cynthia Forson highlighted the increasing participation by the various secondary schools.
Well, we started this in 2015. We ran it every year up until 2018. Then we had a pause and we restarted it last year. And the numbers of schools have grown. I think we started, if I'm not wrong, with about 10 or 15 schools. And today we have over 50 teams here. Not from 50 schools, but from, I think it's 42 teams from 17 schools. Now, one of the challenges that we have is that we want the number of schools to grow, but obviously, you know, where we have it, how we, the logistics of it, we have to rethink it because every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's the biggest challenge. And it's a good challenge, I think, as if you're having a program and it's getting bigger, then it means that people are catching on and they love it.
Participating in the Business Cup Challenge for the first time, Pares Medi Dako Ameyao, head girl of DPSI, expressed how the competition has provided students with a platform to showcase their creativity, particularly in the field of AI.
This is actually the first time I'm participating in such a pitch. I believe it has given students the platform to expand themselves and to portray their creativity and awareness to AI. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of challenges like time management because I'm a student. This is not the only thing, but we had to like focus and put like all our attention on this competition because like it was upcoming and stuff.
Christodia Fobi Irakwa Ata, sports captain of DPSI, described her experience at the Business Cup Challenge as insightful, emphasizing the importance of exposing students to business and artificial intelligence.
Today has been very fantastic. I feel like I've learned a lot by just being here, not even participating. It's important for every student to get this opportunity because it's not every day we get to understand how maybe business works, how artificial intelligence works. For me as a social science student, I've never really felt the need to learn about business, but it's like today I've gained some knowledge on it, and it's imperative that everybody gets this opportunity. And what I have taken away from this competition is always believe in yourself no matter what. One challenge we face is time management, of course, because as students, she's the head girl and I'm a sports captain, and it's really hard to balance that with our academic work as well as this. So I have learned to manage my time wisely, no procrastination, and I think my writing has really improved as well.
And before we go, QNet and the Ghana Tourism Authority have officially launched a strategic partnership aimed at fostering entrepreneurship, driving tourism sector growth, and sustainable economic development in Ghana. Here's more in this report.
The strategic partnership is aimed at fostering entrepreneurship, enhancing tourism, and driving sustainable economic development in Ghana. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Ifwa Waje, to emphasize the importance of such strategic partnerships in promoting Ghana as a prime destination for business and investment.
I believe that domestic tourism is very important. I am going to promote domestic tourism. I'm going to look at our eco tourism. I'm also going to campaign heavily on the green agenda, sustainable tourism as far as the green is concerned. You know, we want to encourage renewable energy, we want to encourage growing trees, we want to encourage anything natural so that we can hold our tourism and our history together. These are some of the things that I'm going to promote alongside events that we'll have down the year.
On his part, Chief Executive Officer of QNet, Trevor Kuna, reaffirmed QNet's commitment to ethical business practices and compliance in Ghana across Africa.
Anybody that wants to make a living selling our products, they just have to register as an independent representative, which costs $40 to register. It's an annual membership. And they can choose to sell our products, and they can earn commissions from the sales of our products. It's that simple. So why Africa? I mentioned Africa is the bedrock for entrepreneurship. I mean, Ghana everybody is so entrepreneurial here as well. I've been to many countries in Africa, but even just driving in the car since arriving from the airport, driving to press conference to press conference to press conference.
Chief Executive Officer of V Global Management, Naresh, expressed his enthusiasm for this partnership.
One of the challenges that we're facing with regards to having these events in Malaysia or that part of the world, it is very, very expensive for Africans to fly all the way there, stay for an entire week, and then fly back, all right? And so we said it's not fair. It's not fair to just have these events in that part of the world. So we decided to bring it.
All right, and that's the marketplace. Thanks for watching, everyone. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Head of Financial Markets at Bank of Ghana, Dr. Zakari Mumuni, nominated as first Deputy Governor. We brought you that story. Read more about that. Plus, T-bills auction. Government rejects 10.865 billion Ghana cedis. Interest rates plummet to 24%. You have a good read on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time tomorrow.